Hi there. I was just looking for my phone while this was loading up. Um, I wanted to look up a scripture verse while we were talking today. Um, I'm doing better. Whether it's a cold or allergies, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm not as bad as I was the other day. It's still taking its toll. There's my phone. Um, challenged breathing and my head hurts and all that good stuff. So um, just work it out. But I wanted to report in. If anyone shows up here while we're talking, you can help me pick which puzzle I'm going to work on. I've had very little energy, as you can imagine. I got up at 7, and then by 10 o'clock, I was taking a nap. And so I can uh, I hope you feel better soon. Thank you. Me too. Okay, since you're here, you get to vote. Which puzzle should I do? This is a Charlie Harper puzzle with all these different birds on it, and it's how many pieces? 300 pieces, which is nice. It's not too big. Or there's this Lake Erie puzzle of the boat, and I like both of those puzzles. This one's 500 pieces. Um, I've never done either of these by myself. So you get to vote about which puzzle I'm going to work on, and I know which one. I hope you guess. I I hope you choose this one. I don't even know why I brought the other one up. I think it's because it was 300 pieces, and I thought, oh, I should be able to do that. The truth be told, yeah, the Lake Erie one. Thank you for voting for that because that's that's what I want to do. I just think this one's pretty, and I grew up not too far from Lake Erie, so I just like that. So, and then for Christmas, I was given we play bingo as a family over Christmas when we're all together. We play bingo and we put silly things in stockings and just do stuff like that. Well, I got this little paint by number Bob Ross paint by number kit, and it actually has three little um, three little pictures. Here's one, and then there's the paperwork that comes with it. That that's the next one. It's like all of his is scenery, but anyhow, it's the here it is. This is the one for the picture that I showed you for this one, like that, and and you'd think, okay, you just use it, but that's not the colors they give you. They give you really basic colors like red, blue, yellow, and then you have to mix all these up, black and white. And it's like this is really hard to mix those colors. Um, I do the best I can, but it hasn't been going very well. Oh, did you grow up watching him? I remember seeing him a few times. It's not like I saw him a lot, but he always had his happy little trees and happy little clouds. And it was fun. He's like watching Mr. Rogers. And so I've done two of these so far. The first one I did it very much like the directions said. I just filled it in with the colors that you could mix up. I guess they do give you a brown and you play with that. So there's that, but does it look anything? Of course, they show you this. This is the irony of it. This is one of the things about paint by numbers. That is like here's his. This is a photograph of his artwork. He did a self portrait, and this is supposed to be my version of it. And of course, it doesn't look anything like that because you're just filling in the colors. So for the next one, I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a little more of an effort and try and make it more like what they did. So here's the one I did yesterday. The one of Bob I did first, and then here's this one. And I thought that turned out not too bad considering. Wait, let me get that back. That's not too bad. It actually looks a little more artsy than just filling in the colors. So that was fun. And I haven't done the last one yet because I'm out of paint. Um, they give you these little teeny tiny pots of paint, and they're really hard to open. And by the time you get them open, you've lost half the paint out of them because they're just so hard to open. You can't leave it level and pry the lid up. You're like got it sideways. I've had Chris do a couple of them for me, but he's out of town. Chris is in Puerto Rico right now for work, so I'm just home, just recuperating by myself. And the green, which I would need a lot of green for this last one. This last one is my nose is running. Hang on. Okay. Where is this last one? Oh, did I show it? No, this is it. This is it right here. So it does have some green in it. I guess it's not as much as the other, but if I could eke it out, I'll do that. I'm not doing it today. I'm not up to it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm seeing you today. I just can't do everything right now. And then, so there's that. Where'd I put my phone? I thought I just went and got it. What's that they say? A mind's a terrible thing to waste. I have no idea. What I do with my phone? Oh, it's in my pocket. Can you tell I'm still a little out of it? I wanted to look up a scripture verse I heard quoted. Oh, so down below is a link to a video that I'm listening to. It's a teaching at Be in Health for allergies. And I'm sharing that with you because I do think this is an allergy because Chris hasn't caught it. I mean, he was with me when I first had all the symptoms, but I think it was, yeah, I was run down. We'd been in London for 2 weeks and we went nonstop from 9 in the morning until 11 or 11:30 at night, sometimes midnight. And that was a lot for me. Every day, I had strange symptoms every day. I don't know what was going on. It had to do with the walking. I know in the past, if I do a lot of walking, and for me, a lot of walking is like half an hour. If I'm walking around my neighborhood, I can do 20 minutes. But if I do over 20 minutes, like 30 minutes, I start to get swelling in my hands. And we did so much walking that my legs were swelling up. And by the end of the day, had cankles. You just go from calf to foot. And my ankles would be super swollen. My whole legs were swollen. My pants were tight because of the swelling from all the walking. I don't know what causes that. I saw it as maybe being toxins. Was I like working toxins out? I don't. I was trying to read up about it online, and they're like, well, something to do with your circulation. But to me, it didn't feel like hurt or anything like that. So I don't know what was going on. But I was under the weather when we got back and sleep deprived from travel. And then when I came into the house, we had a house guest, somebody stay in our home while we were gone. And she had a bouquet of lilies on the table, super fragrant lilies. And all I had to do was take one whiff of that, and woof, I filled right up. My head became all stuffy. I've done the best I can to clean up the house to try and get rid of the lily smell because that pollen went everywhere. And I've washed the floor and I've wiped the table and the tables and different things, everything that I could think of to do in spite of not feeling so good. It's just like I'm trying to feel better, but I got to get that pollen out of here. I have not yet tried um, taking something, an antihistamine. I just try not to take drugs if I don't have to. I am on, what am I on? I'm on amoxicillin. I'm on an antibiotic because I actually started with something before we left. This like sinus pain, and I have it on both sides of my head now, even though I'm on the antibiotic. So we'll figure it out. Keep working on it. But this is the third year in a row I've had this happen where I've gotten really sick. Oh, Serenity says that her daughter has allergies and she's struggling with something also. Well, good. Not good that she has it. Good that I have something to share with you because I'd gotten rid of all the allergies I was experiencing before. And when they come back, it means I've let an issue in my life come back or a new issue take foothold. And oh, the most basic cause of allergies is fear. And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the thing that you're allergic to. It's just fear in general. You can have fear of repercussions. You can have fear of rejection. You can have fear of not being loved. You can, excuse me, you can have all these different kinds of fears. And when you have fear, it lowers your immune system. And we need to focus on God's love for us. And his perfect love casts out these fears. When we can receive his love and know we don't have to be in fear. So I thought I need to listen to this teaching again. So I put a link to the first half of the teaching. It's a 2-part teaching. And the first half is long enough. It's like 2.5 hours long. But it's very helpful. It gives you different ways of looking at things that we don't necessarily see. If you're familiar with the saying, you can't see the forest for the trees, that when you're in the midst of it, it's hard to separate yourself and look at things objectively. And they really help you to look at things objectively and see where the enemy has gotten in. So it's like, okay, I got to get on top of this because I don't want to be sick every spring. Like this has happened. This is the 3rd year in a row that this has happened where I've gotten really sick, and then it takes a couple weeks to get over. And I don't want that anymore. I don't want it. Takes the fun out of your vacation because twice it was with a vacation. So check out the link below for the teaching. And I know I can think of some things that I have become fearful about that I need to go to the Lord with that. And it's just like everything else. It takes time and it takes energy to go before the Lord and to humble yourself. And I have to admit that I just haven't felt like doing it. I've been putting it off, but I need to deal with it. And when I see it, that I'm like this, it's like this is a reminder. Symptoms can be a blessing because they're a reminder. God allows these reminders to show us where that there's something that's not right, and that Jesus makes it possible for us to get it right again. So I need to do that. You don't see the link, really? Maybe it'll show up after I close this down and they put it up for all the time because I put the link right underneath the title, and then there's the description. So if you click on the description, it should come up, the link. Let me see. I can put another link in the discussion here. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Here it is. I'll put another link to it because you're here right now, and you can see the link here, but it should be on the regular page when I post this. Okay. There we go. There's the link. And I've got 38 seconds to wrap up here. So I didn't find the scripture. And it was a scripture they were quoting in the Be in Health video that I was listening to. And it was, I think they said, turn to the Lord and delivered from fear. Here it is, Psalm 34, 4-8. I sought the Lord, and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. And I thought that's a great verse. I sought the Lord, and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. So I thought, well, there's another one to go on the bathroom mirror. Oh, but you found the link and you're back. That's good. And there's my timer going. So I got to scoot, but I just hope that verse and that link that you found is helpful to you. And let's see, we got to get on top of this stuff. We can't let the enemy rule over us in this. All right, you have a good day. Bye-bye.